Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Rainer and this is Rainier Books. Today is Monday and actually I had plans, I had a New Year's resolution, and the New Year's resolution said that I want to publish 3 videos per week on this channel as long as and as often as I can this year. So today is Monday and actually the video was due on Sunday, but I hope that you bear with me. Today I have a very interesting topic for my video, because I have done 100 single reviews on my channel, 100 single reviews. The headline is, I've read something. I've read 100 books and 100 books with single reviews on this channel. So I took a look at these 100 videos that I made because I wanted to know which 10 of these books, which 10 of these book reviews are the most popular with you, my wonderful and dear viewers and listeners. But before I do that, please subscribe to the channel. Please do it, because I see that 60% of you, more than 60% of you at times, who watch my videos have not subscribed to my channel yet. And if you would do that, you would do me a huge favor. You would also get my newest videos directly, hopefully, into your algorithm. So please subscribe. And now to the top 10 list from 10 down to 1 of the most popular I've read something single review videos that I have on this channel. Number 10, Heaven by Mieko Kawakami. I will link to all those 10 videos, I think up here or up there. It was an amazing novel. It's an amazing novel about bullying in school. It is a book about the friendship between 2 Japanese teenagers, a girl and a boy. And this novel is so incredibly tough to read and tough to endure, because you really understand what bullying can mean to young people and to older people as well, and how cruel the other people can be to these 2 people who are being bullied. So this is a novel about bullying, very powerful, very gripping, and very charismatic. That's what Mieko Kawakami as an author is. Number 9. Number 9 is Natasha Brown's first novel, Assembly. I think she has published or will publish her newest book very soon. Assembly is about an assembly. It is about a young woman in London, a young woman of color. I think she has a white boyfriend, if I remember it right. They are engaged. They're about to visit his posh parents in the countryside outside of London. And this is about sort of class. It's about aspirations. But also this young woman is sick. She's really ill. And it's also about illness at a young age. It was a great novel, and I can't wait to get Natasha Brown's second novel on my table. Hopefully very, very soon. Number 8. And this is the first one that I can show you here live, because both Heaven and Assembly I got from the Stockholm City Library. This one I have here. Number 8, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Pre-autobiographic novel about a young man. And this novel is a letter. And this is a book about an Asian American man of Vietnamese descent whose parents and grandparents came to America, about him discovering his sexuality, that he is a gay young man, and about his first love. It's wonderful, it's poetic, and it's Ocean Vuong, who is a poet, but now will also publish his second novel over the course of this year. Number 7 is a book that I actually owned, but I gave it away to someone else. And I was kind of surprised at this book, because I reviewed it last year in the fall, or even in the beginning of the winter last year, that this book already got so popular, quote unquote, because it attracted not only people who really are afraid of that we might lose democracy, but also of people who wouldn't be so unhappy if we would lose democracy, if you know what I mean. This book is Autocracy Inc., about the oligarchs, about the autocrats who want to rule the world and how they cooperate. This is obviously the new book by Anne Applebaum. It already came in as a number 7 on the top 10 list of I've read something books. Read it, because I think it's so important when we see what is happening to our world right now, with oligarchs influencing our world so much. I don't speak alone about Elon Musk. I also speak about Mark Zuckerberg, who kissed the ring of incoming President Donald Trump and who has now abandoned both the diversity program of his company Meta, but who has also abandoned fact-checking for Meta. There's really something happening with democracy right now. So Autocracy Inc. is actually a very timely, a very important book. Number 6 on the list. This was so surprising for me. This was so surprising for me and exciting for me to look up which of those 100 single reviews were viewed the most. And I was so surprised by some of them. By number 6, I was really surprised. This is a winner of the Scotiabank Giller Prize in Canada some years ago. And I didn't expect it to be number 6, but it is. Here is How to Pronounce Knife by Suvankam Tamavongsa, which is a collection of short stories from a short story collection about Laotian immigrants to Canada. And I remember very well about their community that they have in Canada, about the shortcomings that they have, about the problems that they have, but also about young women who are Laotian immigrants to Canada. And the title comes from a very beautiful story that the author Suvankam Tamavongsa explained when she received the Giller Prize Award on stage. She came on stage and obviously she was super excited and also super touched by winning the Giller Prize in Canada. And she said, well, when I was in school, when I was a little girl in school, I was sent home with the information to my parents that I was a girl who was not able to pronounce the word knife properly. But look who I am now. I win the Giller Prize. And that was really very impressive. And it's very impressive to read those stories. How to Pronounce Knife by Suvankam Tamavongsa from Canada. Number 5 is a book that I read on my Kindle. I remember that very well. It was also nominated and longlisted for the Scotiabank Giller Prize, maybe even in the same year. I have to look it up and then give some information here on the side. This is Five Little Indians by Michelle Good. I was really surprised to see that on number 5. I love that book. It is about a couple of, five Native Americans, 5 Native Canadians, 5 First Nation Canadians who were, I would say, incarcerated in a so-called residential school. Like in the United States, Native Americans and Native Canadians were forced to go to residential schools, tens of thousands of them. They were mistreated very badly. They were even sexually assaulted, and some of them were killed. Both the United States and Canada tried in these schools to sort of delete the Indian inside those people. Horrible, and they have horrible problems even when they came out of schools. And the last school in Canada, I think, closed in 1996. So this was long ongoing. And in Five Little Indians, Michelle Good, who is a First Nation Canadian, describes how this goes for 5 young people in Canada. I like this book actually more when I read it. Now when I look back at it, I think that some of the critics of the book who said this is too simple, there's too much simplification and it's not that elaborate as it could be, I think those people have something. Nevertheless, I still think that Five Little Indians is a very important book and we should read it to educate ourselves about residential schools and the crimes that were committed in the name of Canada in that case. Number 4, another surprise. One of my favorite young authors from France, translated from the French by Anissa Abbas Higgins. This is Winter in Sokcho by Elisa Chua du Sapin from Switzerland/France. This author has also Korean background. And in this book, Winter in Sokcho, this is a book about a young Korean woman, South Korean woman, who lives in the resort of Sokcho. It's a small coastal town in Korea, actually not so far away from the North Korean border, about 1.5 hours, I guess. It's in winter, it's winter in Sokcho. Together with her mom, she's working in a little bed and breakfast kind of thing. They get a French visitor, a French guest who could be the young woman's father. Is he her father? Sometimes one day she thinks that he might be her father. Is he not her father? I think it never gets a solution in that book. But that girl, that South Korean girl, knows that she has a French father. And there's this French man coming. And the relationship between these two, but also the place of Sokcho are described in this very intimate prose that Elisa Chua du Sapin can write and is writing. Beautiful prose and very short novel. It's number 4 on my list, not on my list, on your list of the videos that you viewed most of my books. All the top 4 books I own, so I can show them to you. Number 3 is the winner of the Women's Prize. Yeah, the winner of the Women's Prize, I think, last year. This is Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, which, as you probably know, probably every one of you have read it. This is sort of a modern version of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. Demon is a guy, he gets this name Demon Copperhead because his hair is red like copper, and he lives in Appalachia, one of the poorest regions of America, of the United States, in Virginia, in Western Virginia, I think. It's about his upbringing, being born to an 18-year-old girl in a trailer home who is a drug addict, losing her at a very young age and losing so many people around him at very young age because of the opioid crisis in the United States due to OxyContin primarily, but also other drugs and violence and stuff like that, and surviving. This book is dedicated for the survivors. It's a gripping novel. It's a fantastic, immersive novel, and I really, really liked it a lot, and probably all of you did. Number 2, looking at the 100 books that I reviewed, is a sensation that this came in on a silver medal place, right? This one is another non-fiction book. It's a memoir. It is from the United Kingdom. This is Natives, Race and Class in the Ruins of Empire by the British rapper Akala. This is a great memoir of this guy who has made very popular videos in the United Kingdom as a hip-hopper, as a rapper. It's about his upbringing, about the racist environment that he sees in the United Kingdom that is not so much talked about, that is very much talked about in this book, about his upbringing, about his Sunday school that he visited, where he educated himself. This guy now is giving lectures in Oxford and Cambridge and all around the world about race, about class in Britain, a role model. And his memoir actually is the number 2 on the list of the I've Read Something top 10. And now the winner. The winner is... very surprising. It's surprisingly the winner. This is by far the most popular single review on my channel yet. I will look at it 1 year from now and maybe we have the same top 10. Maybe it's totally different. Hopefully it's totally different. This is the winner. All the Lovers in the Night by Mieko Kawakami from Japan. Translated from the Japanese by Sam Batt and David Boyd, who also translated Heaven, which I had in at number 10. All the Lovers in the Night is a book about a woman in Japan, in Tokyo. She is sort of a copywriter. She is editing texts, and it's about her loneliness. She lives a very solitary life, not a very colorful life. But the ending of that book, the description of her solitary life, of her loneliness, is so intense and so beautiful. Beautiful and sad, of course, but the ending of this book is so amazing and gives so much hope. And I love Mieko Kawakami's writing, and I hope that we get more of her writing translated soon into the English language. Mieko is a great author, and I follow her on Instagram. You should do that. I put a link down below to her Insta down there. That's the most popular book, All the Lovers in the Night. So, when is it time? So you're asking, when is it time, Rainer, for 101, for review number 101 on your amazing channel? It will be soon. And that I can tell you is that this video will be about music. I see you soon in another one. Bye.